Callum Turner, fine as hell. That's your hard rip.
So story time. I really want to post by the end of July, and I already filmed a video that was a review or reaction to The Devil Wears Prada 2, which I do not like, and I was asked about. I don't like what I filmed, though, and I was stressing about it. I was supposed to edit it today, but I did not. So instead today, I went to a movie with my boyfriend. He also has a name.
Pablo.
It's Pablo. Would you like them to know anything about you?
That's it. I'm Julia's boyfriend. That's me.
And we are AMC A-listers, so we go to a lot of movies. Recently, twice we've tried their mystery screenings, and tonight we decided to do a mystery screening, which ended up being one night only. New rom-com with the insane premise of a sex purge that is essentially that premarital sex is only legal one night a year, and this has been true for 3 years in the canon of the movie. Perhaps you've seen the trailer. We have certainly seen it a lot. I was very excited when I realized this is what it was tonight because I knew I wanted to see it even though I hated the trailer. Did you hate the trailer too?
Yeah, it gives away a lot.
Like, I feel like an impressive amount of the setup was not in the trailer, though, actually. Like, I didn't know he would be in a relationship with Maya Hawke and all of that stuff. Although that's in spoiler territory, I guess. I think we should talk about not spoiler things first and then talk about spoiler things.
Skip to...
Anyway, we got out of the movie and had thoughts. Enjoyed it, I would say.
Yes.
Both of us. And I impromptu decided that we would review it for you because it feels more relevant than The Devil Wears Prada right now. Because that already happened some time ago. So what is your non-spoiler review?
Callum Turner is shirtless.
I would start by saying that this is a Will Gluck production. He is the director. And that was what was of the most interest of me. You're so bored by what I... No. I'm kidding. Anyway, Will Gluck is of interest to me, and I have previously talked about him quite a few times on this channel. Originally in a video I made about Easy A, which I also made this guy watch. You like Easy A?
Yes.
He liked Easy A. And in that video I talked about how I liked another Will Gluck movie, which was Friends with Benefits, starring Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake. So I was really excited because I like both of those movies for Anyone But You, which I also made another video about, and I did not like. Did you like Anyone But You?
I didn't watch any. I turned it off.
I didn't. I thought you watched it.
No, I told you I turned it off when they go on the hike, and he's like...
Oh, yeah, you
has
did
his hand, like, down her pants for some reason, and then there's, like, a spider, and I'm like, wow, this is very not my vibe.
So, I thought going into this one that it could be hit or miss. I thought I might like it a lot or hate it a lot. I wasn't very optimistic because of the trailer. I knew even when I disliked the trailer that it was mostly the actual editing of the trailer and not like the content of the movie I was seeing, because I just thought it was so weird. They take a scene from kind of the end of the movie, and that's the whole basis of the trailer, and they show a lot of that scene. There's like random shots of big name actors to like entice you that like you can't even tell what place they take in the movie, particularly Maya Hawke. There's just a random shot of her face, and she actually has a role that matters in the movie, but they didn't use that in the trailer for real.
I think Maya Hawke's like role was like, I don't know, I think she was like pretty downplayed
in the actual movie. Yeah,
and she's like more of like a reserved like person than like where I think most people have seen her at this point is like Stranger Things, where her character is like more outspoken and like more, but I think she did great. It made me really be like, this girl's boring.
But you didn't? Did you feel as passionately about the trailer as I did?
No, I think I was like starting to get annoyed from seeing it so much.
We saw it a lot,
and we were like, let's look up when this comes out because it never like actually said the release date, and it's August 7th.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's been showing since like May.
I think that, I mean, I'd have to look this up if it's technically true. I imagine the reason this movie exists is because of the success of Anyone But You, and they're really trying to make like a successful rom-com again. They even have Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell photo cameos in the movie, which I thought was funny.
It's got that one guy from Sky High.
What? Who?
He's the one that glows.
Oh, Greg in Succession?
Editor Julia put picture of guy I'm talking about right here.
And then in this one, he was one of her, like, guys she talked to for a minute?
Yeah, he was, like, the business bro. He's like, so we swipe him right on this or what?
I actually think that actor has some scandals.
Not the glow stick guy from Sky High. No. What's the girl in?
What's the girl in it?
Yeah.
I've never seen her in anything else.
That's what I was thinking.
But, like, I know Callum Turner.
Yeah.
Do you want to look her up? You have your phone. Mine's filming. Oh, Top Gun Maverick. What's that one? Sure. Complete Unknown. It was the Bob Dylan one. Yeah. For the record, we've also, I feel like, seen every rom-com that's come out recently. Would you consider, like, Eternity a rom-com? Another Callum Turner classic. Yeah. And that Netflix one that people are talking about, Voicemails for Isabel. And this actually isn't true of Eternity. I would say I'm generally watching rom-coms that come up nowadays and not feeling very compelled by them. And I was very pleasantly surprised by how into this movie I got. I don't think, like, right now I would put it, like, up there with my favorites by any stretch, but I thought it was a fun time. I think you might have liked it slightly more. He already gave it a 4.5 on Letterboxd.
There was 2 people who left in the middle. Not even.
Wait, really?
Yeah, 2 people left. Like,
where?
It was, like, towards the beginning, so it's, like, the first, like, 15 minutes, like, someone left.
Wow.
Prudes. It's the guy who kept yelling.
Oh, really?
There's a guy who kept yelling in the movie theater, and he left. And he yelled something at when he left.
I wonder if he left because, like, people were mad at him. I thought it was funny what he did, but...
Like, to be honest, for, like, what we were, like, the screen that we were at and how, like, loud everything was, it wasn't, like, that disruptive for what he was doing.
It was a really full theater. And I think there's a difference between, like, talking throughout a whole movie and reacting to it loudly. I think that's almost, like, part of the experience.
The people right next to us had, like, a 12-course meal.
Oh, my gosh. That actually did it. And we didn't talk about it.
No, we didn't.
And I think at one point, they spilt all of their popcorn all over the seat, and that's why it took them forever to sit down, which, like, I mean, that's unfortunate. They had to sort it out. But before that, he was Clorox wiping the seats.
Oh. Because, like, I didn't want to, like, lean over and be like, what the fuck are you doing? He kept, like, you know how old people look at their phone? He kept doing that where, like, they look at it for a second, and then they put it down, and they pick it back up, and they're looking at the same thing. And it was after he sat down.
He also sang along to the Maroon 5 song.
He was a big commentator.
Yeah,
like, he would be like, ha. I was like, that's crazy. Like, stuff like that.
But that it does bring up an interesting point. I feel like also the whole theater, besides the people who left, apparently liked it because there were a lot of laughs. And that's another thing I was saying in the car.
Electric.
There were actual bits that got me and had me, like, laugh out loud. I wouldn't say the whole time. There's also a lot of comedy that was, like, whatever to me, but particularly this kid character in it. We can't spoil his lines yet.
Oh, yeah.
But he's so funny.
Yeah, he is so funny. He actually, his, like, role in, like, right in the beginning is, like, kind of, like, sets the pace for, like, the whole movie, like, comedically. And he's not even in it for, like, a long time, but, like, the whole time I'm just thinking about that kid. Like, because I'm like, this kid's so funny.
And I also knew you in particular would love, like, the exact lines he had, because that's your humor.
Yeah.
I also felt like there were so many moments that weren't included in the trailer, so I thought I would know so much more than I did, and then they went on, like, these adventures all throughout the night where, like, I had no idea what would happen next. I just liked it, and I do think you guys should see it, and we're gonna post this before it comes out, so I guess proceed at your own risk. We will talk spoilers now, I think. So do you remember what, like, the first shot was? Because I don't.
Him making pizza.
Was it? Oh, yeah. Because I remember thinking, like, immediately, like, oh, I might like this. Because I liked the little angles they chose of him, like, in his factory making the dough and stuff.
Factory? His
restaurant? He was, like, in the back with, like, the barrels. It was the factory part of the restaurant. The beginning of the movie just sets up who these people are and what their career paths are. So there's Callum Turner. His name is Owen, and he owns a restaurant, a pizza restaurant.
He owns a restaurant.
Okay, who wrote this movie? You tell them who Allie is.
Allie's this girl who sings those, like, commercials where you are getting, like, a drug. That's what she does. She sings jingles. That's, like, her job. Later, it becomes more prevalent that she's a singer and that she wants to do that more. When they're in her bedroom, she has 2 pianos and then a synthesizer on her desk. I don't know why she has 2 pianos.
Is one a keyboard and one, like, an organ?
I don't know.
I also thought when we were introduced to her, she was singing a cover of Brave by Sarah Bareilles. And I was immediately like, oh no, this movie's going to have a terrible soundtrack. Not even that I hate that song so much, but like it would be a really weird pick for a 2026 movie. And it was clearly a cover as well. But then like the joke came in that she was singing a cover for a medicine commercial. And that's actually such a good thing to parody because I hate those. You know the Wegovy one that does the song from The Greatest Showman?
Check your cost and coverage.
I've never seen The Greatest Showman.
Oh, have you seen the Wegovy commercial? I hate it, is the point. Oh yeah, and then we're sort of introduced to the society of the movie, which I wonder, like, as this comes out and I see more reviews, if people will dislike how little we focus on the intricacies of the politics here, because that, like, is kind of fascinating, but it's obviously not the point here. It's just sort of a setting to do their little story. But 3 years ago, premarital sex was banned. This is tracked through like dopamine levels with like a scannable tattoo that you get to choose the shape of. If the tattoo is red on this night anyway, you cannot have sex. Wait.
It's red like year round, and that means like you can't have sex.
Oh, and then it turns
like
green on
that
this
means
night.
that means you're single.
Okay.
And then if you're married, it's always green because you're married.
Okay. I also didn't realize until later in the movie that they got to choose the shape. The whole time I was like, well, why does everyone have a different shape?
He was like, I didn't know what to get, so I got a bat. I don't even like bats.
Yeah, that's when they really explained that part of it. The first time I thought about it was when I saw somebody had a middle finger one, and I was like, but that's not what the rest look like.
That's a cool one to get. Because the part of the movie is talking about like, you'll see like little signage around. People are against it, obviously.
That's true. This would actually realistically be such a, what's the word? Terrible law. I'm trying to think of a different word than terrible.
Downright despicable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was trying to think of a political word for it, like a
infringement on your rights.
Infringement. And yeah, pretty much everyone we meet in the movie is against it, and it appears that the law was passed by Congress, and it was largely a conservative push.
And then Mike Hawk's character says, "Thanks, Obama."
Yeah.
And then we learn Mike Hawk's character is bad. That's why she doesn't have a name.
So as far as both of the main characters are concerned, Owen, on this particular night, is intending to propose to his girlfriend of 3 years? Or did it say how long they were together? Did I make that up?
I think that's like close. I think it was like a while though.
And they live together. And we start with them at a restaurant getting, is it sushi?
Yeah.
And she tells him that she intends to sleep with somebody else that night. It was actually kind of confusing to me what she was trying to get across here. Like, she still wanted to be with him but wanted to try somebody else. Did you take it the same way?
Yeah, so I took it where it was like, yeah, like same way.
And then she's like encouraging him, like, you also do someone else tonight. It'll bring us closer. It's strange. But it turns out his intention was to propose to her that night. And you see an ice block with a ring in it that would, I think, have been in like her drink or something. But he does not end up telling her that he was going to propose because he goes out alone. He does not have access to their apartment because that's where she's going to screw somebody from their complex.
Which later ends up being Glenn Powell.
True. And now he is taking her advice essentially and wants to hook up with somebody that night. As far as Allie is concerned, she, it seems, goes out every year on this night trying to find love on the least romantic night of the year. So she goes out with a friend. But this girl meets a guy in the bathroom line. This is in the trailer. You might have seen it.
They cut that scene out of her like doing the
the
humping in the trailer.
There were things in the trailer that were not in the movie. I was also waiting for that. So this is where our characters are at when they first meet. She's looking for love, was just kind of ditched by her friend. He's looking for a good time, was just like theoretically dumped by his girlfriend. And they run into each other outside of her apartment and like kind of immediately connect. But there is a wrench thrown in the works when, because of the sushi, he throws up at her feet. Mm-hmm. What were you thinking at this time in the movie?
I was like, how are we gonna find our way back?
At this point in the movie, I was thinking it was actually kind of mean that she just like ditched him the second he threw up. You come to me, we're connecting, and then you throw up. I'm just gonna be like, oh, like, no, it's okay. Like, this doesn't change like that. Like, we were talking, like, obviously your stomach is sick.
But I throw up on your feet. Because I think that was like kind of implied that he threw up like on her feet.
But that's still, it's okay if we were connecting. Actually, you know what I did forget is he throws up, but then he also says, sorry, my girlfriend just dumped me, blah, blah, blah. So maybe that's the part where she's like, oh, this is a mess.
Yeah, no. She says like something like, get a grip, too.
Yeah, but that's when I wasn't actually super warm on her in that moment because I was like, that's kind of mean. Don't kick him while he's down.
She's from New York. She's built different.
That's true. I'm not built for New York. Oh, time to switch from the wooden spoon. But you weren't judging her in that moment.
No.
Oh, just
I kind of figured like it was just like you kind of like talking with someone and they do something weird and you're like, okay. And you kind of like leave, you know, and that's it, you know? It's like you're talking to an old person in like the store and they're like, yeah, but those immigrants, am I right? And you're like, oh.
So for the first time, they part ways. She goes to a bar and there's a montage of her talking to different guys, one of them being the glowing guy.
And it's that one guy from SNL.
Oh, yeah, there was the guy from SNL, the redhead.
They're trying to tag team women together.
Him first, and then, or both at the same time.
And they kind of just keep talking to each other. I think they're just in love with each other and haven't accepted it yet. And then the magician.
Yeah, there was a guy doing magic tricks on her and had a card up that said, let's F.
It was actually just the letter F. Yeah, I was like,
yeah, I'm not censoring it.
That's cute.
But it's a pretty funny montage. I would say, like, every guy she talked to, I was like, you know? And she exits that portion of the bar, finds a piano, and she patters away, playing a sad song, and her first, like, potential love interest enters the villa. Meanwhile, Owen has also gone to a bar, a different one, and started connecting with the bartender, who is Julia Fox. Do you know her?
No, but I know Juliacudney.
And they're sort of hitting it off, and that's his first potential love interest. And at this point, because they've both found love interest, they become on the hunt for condoms. In Allie's case, I was actually thinking, why isn't this guy the one in charge of the condoms? Were you also thinking that?
Yeah.
You would. Ally. They find basically one condom in the whole city at this gas station. Bodega. That's what they're called in New York. And the lady is, what's it called?
A bodega person.
No. Scalping? What's the word for what she's doing?
Oh.
Quelching? She is charging like $200 for the condom because gouging?
Yeah.
She's gouging.
Like lead up to the scene, like they're all going to they're both going to different places and stuff like that. Like, well, it's just mainly Callum Turner. He goes to like a clinic at one point and they don't have any, so he does this improvised condom thing. Remember?
Oh yeah, I missed that scene.
Yeah.
This is while he's searching. He goes into the bathroom and tries to make a glove work. He like tests it on his fingers and stuff, and then slaps himself in the face.
There's a
it.
KY branding at one point. They're like dancing outside and they're like in lube costumes. And then
oh yeah,
they're like, get your lube.
But you know what's interesting? You watched the beginning of Anyone But You. I was so reminded of the bathroom scene where Sydney Sweeney like gets water on her pants before her date with Glenn Powell, and she like is trying to dry off in the hand dryer. Callum Turner does something really similar when he's in the bathroom doing his glove condom dance. It's like his own like comedic scene in the bathroom. He also uses the hand dryer trying to like get the gel out of his face, the lube out of his face. It was a much better comedic scene than a Sydney Sweeney one. And I would love to like put those two scenes side by side and really break down like why the comedy of the Callum Turner one works and not the Sydney Sweeney one. I think part of it is performances. I don't think Sydney Sweeney killed it in that movie.
But yeah, no, I also was like thinking to myself about COVID. And thinking about how hand sanitizer was like on a shortage and stuff like that. And 95 masks became like a rarity and stuff. But they always had like...
The like blue ones?
Yeah. I feel like they always had those. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, if they have this mandate and then also like... Because condoms are mandatory. That's like the whole thing.
Oh, they are mandatory?
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were mandatory because I honestly do feel like many people would, with there being a shortage, just not go for it.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder, is birth control like way down in the society? Like nobody's getting an IUD anymore.
Yeah, no one's getting like it definitely like takes out like a lot of like systems that are already in place. They at one point talk about like teen pregnancies like at an all-time low and stuff like that. Like one of the broadcasts that's playing.
And STIs.
Yeah.
It's not like there would be no benefits to a society like this. It's just that you can't restrict people's freedoms in order to achieve those things.
But then I was thinking of like the law about people traveling to other countries.
Oh.
And then
you think you can bang in other countries?
They go to Mexico and then like they find someone and they like
It's like how guys go to Hungary to get their like hair transplants.
Yeah, it's like we all know what Bill went to.
So narratively, where are we at right now? They reunite to get the one last condom at the bodega.
Oh, I think I've totally effed up my. I think I went on a tangent while in my other tangent.
Oh, but you want to talk about COVID?
Well, you don't want to hear about 9/11.
Kind of. We're just like, why isn't there a surplus of condoms? Like he goes to a clinic and they're gone, and I'm like, they should have like the most.
I think it's to do with the fact that people like stock up on this particular day. So since it has been going on for 3 years, I imagine like initially because there was already like a regular production of condoms, when the mandate goes into effect, there are a bunch of extras and like nobody knows what to do with them. And maybe it's just taken time to get to this point where people aren't producing them at the same level because they aren't in demand. Then people like do big sales and get them out for this night. And besides that, it's pretty minimal. Although like married couples still can, so they might still use them. And I guess that's who still would use birth control as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Like there is another world where I think this is like a thriller, like In Time or something, where you just explore the actual political implications of the society, and that would be interesting. That's just not what this is, and that's okay with me, because I don't know if you could like portray this that realistically. So it's more fun to have something that's sort of poking fun at itself. But right now we're at the bodega, and they have reunited at the ATM because they are fighting over this $200 condom.
Yes.
But neither of their cards are working because he just did payroll at his restaurant, so he doesn't have the funds, and her card just like isn't working with the ATM.
The couple behind them says, "Aren't you guys like too old?" And Calendar's like, "Old?
How old is he?
I don't know. He's 36.
Oh, wow. That's older than I would have guessed.
Me too.
But I do think it is the younger couple behind them saying that they are too old that sort of like
That they're unk.
pushes. They're just chuds. It is that comment that sort of propels them to do what they do next, particularly her, which is steal the condom, which is in like this container held by two naked figures, statues, which she like ties a rope around, gets her lover outside on the motorcycle to tow away.
Yeah. And he rips it down the road. They finally go up to it and they realize that the case isn't open. The bodega owner comes out with a bat. She's like, "Happens every year." It's in a lockbox. So they pick up the mannequins holding the lockbox and they run down the street with it.
And I remember this shot from the trailer of them like holding the statue. It's kind of a cool shot. But I also was wondering at this moment where the motorcycle guy like was. It took him a minute to come back.
Yeah.
Because for a minute we're just with Allie and Owen at just some random street corner where they have managed to end up with the condom after they've broken it out of the box. They start debating over like who should get it and ultimately decide to flip it like a coin. So they're calling the label side or the instructions side. They flip it and it goes into a sewer grate. So then they spend some time doing a comedy scene where he's like dipping her in head first to like fish it out of the drain, and where it was down there, it was on his side of the metaphorical coin, so it should be his. But that's when her motorcycle suitor arrives on the scene,
rips it out of his hand, and then leaves with her her motorcycle suitor.
So that is the next time they are separated and go off to do their own things again. Her obviously is to go back to this guy's apartment, or so she thinks. But he seemed fine. He had like art in his place. He wanted to build a real connection with her like she wants.
He has a Banksy in his place.
He had a Banksy in his place.
And a fake Batsiya. But they get the wine and they start kissing.
On the couch.
It starts getting hot and heavy. And then the police show up.
And she thinks it's because they stole the condom. So she starts running like she's in trouble. And she's naked, for the record, in like on the balcony running around. And he just abandons her. So he's on the street now.
He's naked.
Oh yeah, he's also naked. Everyone's naked. And eventually the police tell her like, "I don't know why you're running. We're not like here for you." We see him getting arrested on the street, and it cuts to her at the police department. It is revealed that he broke the law before and has had premarital sex.
Yeah, as well as like a rap sheet of other charges against him.
At first I really thought maybe the only thing was that he'd broken the law, and I was like, I don't care. So that is how that situation goes awry, and we leave her at the police station. I actually don't remember after they steal the condom where Callum Turner goes next. Oh yeah, I remembered. Do you remember? He decides like, I've just got to do lowest common denominator here, and he downloads an app. I thought when he was looking it up that he was typing Hinge, and I was gonna hold your hand because we met on Hinge.
Mid-roll ad right now. It's a Hinge app.
No, in-universe app. This isn't a real app, right? It was called Night. It was something like that.
It was
which
probably
I believe
based on-
was about this
Yeah.
night. It's an app for the night, which like is probably not lucrative for the rest of the year. He downloads this app for a one-night hookup, matches with a girl, and decides to meet her in the park under a fake name. And Pablo called it. He said he's about to get jumped.
Because like the message like he receives from her when they match is just, hey, pin drop location.
Oh, yeah.
And it's under the Brooklyn Bridge. No, nothing's good gonna happen in the middle of like nowhere.
That is how he also ends up at the police station, and his stuff is found. And that's when Mike Birbiglia shows up, just there for the scene where he like accuses Callum Turner of hiring an escort, and he has to keep saying like, no, I thought she was just like, we were just gonna hook up, and then she jumped me.
This is a Callum Turner like love tour, this movie. A lot of people are telling Callum Turner that he's a good looking guy.
Yeah.
There's a Pete Davidson cameo towards the beginning.
All right, we forgot about that.
And he says, I'd fuck him.
Yeah, that's true. And I actually appreciated that for making the movie a little more realistic, because I think one thing you could point out about this movie is like, oh sure, like Callum Turner is single and whatever, like lonely on this day, dumped by his girlfriend, but to have like everyone in the movie be like, wait, you're really hot.
Yeah.
Did they not leave the police station together?
I think they leave together. Callum Turner brings up, he's like, the universe keeps bringing us together.
Yeah, at this point he's sort of propositioning her.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe we should just, because
And he's laying it on thick.
she's essentially like, you know, maybe this could have been something before, like I've seen you in all of these states I've seen you in, like now we're just in too deep and we've got to do our own thing. It includes a part that was in the trailer that I did not like, where they start playfully insulting each other, and I forgot like how it comes up.
Your nose is way too small for your face.
Your chin could plow a field.
Your legs don't make any sense.
Your hairline doesn't make any sense.
Did any of those lines make you laugh?
The ear one.
What does she say about his ears?
So your ears are like open car doors.
There's another comment about his ears in this movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not like a huge deal, but it was just kind of a reason why watching the trailer I didn't think I would like it. But I would say overall, besides that moment, there's a lot of dialogue between them that I do think exemplifies like a connection and that is funny.
That's when they see a group of like three, a group
Yeah.
of like friends.
One
and, like,
man,
three-
two women.
Yeah, and they're getting on the train. They're talking about this party that they're going
Like,
to.
it was crazy last year. Let's go to the
That's-
party.
That's where X, Y, and Z met their fiance.
And they start following these people.
So then they end up at this party. Ali gets let in immediately, but Callum Turner doesn't. And it gets brought up about his outfit because he's just wearing a blue polo. On the way to the party in the subway, they talk about an artist that Ali really likes. And so she gets into the party, and who's playing? It's the guy she talked about. Later scenes like really reminds me of Benson Boone.
Is that who? Because you were like, who does this remind me of?
Yeah.
And I didn't know. That I can totally see that. At this party, they are essentially both introduced to new suitors. For her, it is this musician who's playing on the stage, and for him, it's like just some lady who seems...
Her name is on here.
No, that's Molly Ringwald. That's his mom. Oh, we also forgot about a scene with his mom where initially when his girlfriend lets him down, he goes to his mom's house. That is Molly Ringwald. She's also in the trailer. That one was pretty funny. Her like boyfriend was there, and every time he sees him, he goes, "Hi, buddy." Well, his love interest at the party seems to be in good with the musician too, so they're all sort of talking in a group.
Seems to be like in the it crowd of this like party.
Yeah,
'Cause,
she
like,
gets him in.
Said, "Make me you saw it."
Callum Turner lets it spill that Ali is also a singer. So then it becomes this big like group pressure. You have to sing, you have to sing.
This is the part that I want to talk about because I was thinking about it. So like, cause she doesn't know the band. They don't discuss at all what she's gonna sing, but they're like playing behind her like actively, like while like she's singing. That was one scene where I'm like,
Yeah, kind of unrealistic.
Yeah.
I was also hoping she'd be like, do you guys know this? Like just like a little moment of acknowledgement to like get them on the same page. But they didn't really do anything like that.
and then they proceed after Ali sings to go back to a recording studio to then.
Yeah, so
Have
this is when
sex.
the main characters separate again because both are going off with their new party love interests, and we see how those work out. And her interaction is at the recording studio. This scene was really funny to me. He says something that really appeals to her because she's a romantic, and he's like,
Maybe there's actually something good about this one night a year thing. Like, it sucks, but it does make it kind of romantic. Like, you're choosing the one person for that night.
she sees one of Callum Turner's pizza boxes in the trash, and you start to feel like they're kind of longing for each other. And then this musician starts playing a song for her he's making up on the spot.
It just takes immediate right turn, left turn.
And he stands on the piano and he goes, "I'm gonna fuck her face
That's
tonight."
the part that made me think that he looked like Benson Boone. It was him on top of the piano. I'm like, he's gonna do a backflip, and he's gonna start being like, "Please."
He face plants like somersaults off the piano and breaks his face. That's sort of where we leave her when we jump to Callum Turner's sexual encounter with
They're
the
like
woman.
they're in the back of an Escalade and they're kissing. He's like, we should go back to your place because I fancy getting.
Oh, and he doesn't have access to his
She really
apartment.
could not be British, and I'm just really laying it on thick at this point. So Callum Turner can't go to his apartment mainly due to the fact that his current girlfriend, who he was going to propose to, is hooking up with another resident in their apartment complex. In his apartment. As a viewer, you don't realize where they're going until eventually, like, they end up at a location, and it's Callum Turner's mom's house.
Which I don't know why he went there, because he knew that his mom and her boyfriend were doing stuff there.
Yeah. He ends up, like, looking for a key. He can't find the spare key. He climbs in through a window, which I thought how he climbed in through the window was kind of insane. Then the Colleen Hoover reference for some reason.
Oh yeah, it's just something his mom is reading that was on the couch, and he like moves it so that they can get busy on the couch, and that is when his mom and her boyfriend appear, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And at first, the love interest, the woman, like doesn't really understand who they are, but then Callum Turner goes, "Mom," and she's like, "No,
Mom, what are you doing?
And I really didn't understand. That's like probably one of the logical inconsistencies of the movie. I don't understand why he went there.
Yeah,
there was never a hint that his mom was going to be anywhere else that night.
Oh, yeah.
As far as I remember.
No, there wasn't. And like they were clearly trying to push him out when he was there originally.
Yeah,
so
they were like, "You've got to go."
Yeah.
They're not married. They got things to do.
They don't.
So the British woman leaves, saying like, "I can't do this."
Gets back in her Escalade, which is still conveniently parked outside.
So the British woman running away, and Ali finishing up at the hospital with the musician leads both of the main characters back to each other when he goes back to his restaurant, and she, presumably looking for him, shows up. And this is the scene that is like the primary portion of the trailer.
Yeah.
In this scene, they discuss like what they liked best about sex and stuff like that. It's a nice scene. I just saw it way too many times in that trailer.
Yeah. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen the exact scene we're talking about.
But at this point, they both like probably know that they're into each other, and they've really connected over the night. They've talked about things like on the subway. They were talking about her lighthouse tattoo. They've opened up to each other. They talked about their jobs. Like she's sang in front of him. They know things about each other. It's a nice moment, and he gets a call from Maya Hawke, his girlfriend, and you get this interesting sequence where she imagines like turning his phone over and kissing him and just like hooking up with him instead of him answering the phone. But it's been a recurring bit throughout the movie that she sometimes imagines things. When she was singing, I think she imagined people like doing flashlights and stuff, when really it like flashed back to reality. And even though she was on stage and it was fun or whatever, and a couple people were clapping, people were just like partying and doing their own thing. So we flash back to reality, and the phone is still ringing. They are not hooking up, and instead of turning the phone over, she says he should answer it, at which point Maya Hawke says that she changed her mind about sleeping with the other guy, and Callum Turner should come home before time runs out.
And then he's like, "Can you lock up and just throw the keys under the door?" And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, in what world would a business owner be like, "Hey girl, I just met, no contact information." They don't know each other's last name.
True. And he trusts her, despite the fact that she did not go with their condom agreement.
Yeah.
Well, I did think it was
that.
kind of funny that he asked her to lock up, but not for like a business management standpoint, and almost like a disrespectful standpoint. Like they're connecting, and he's like, "Lock up."
Hey, can you close? But yeah.
Back at his apartment, him and Maya Hawke are like about to hook up, and then he sort of is looking out the window and comes to a realization that he doesn't feel connected to his girlfriend anymore and wants to be with Ali instead.
Maya Hawke is wearing like the weirdest nightgown.
I didn't really notice it.
It was just like very like poofy and like kind of like Victorian. At least like that's what like my mind immediately went to, and I'm like, what a weird nightgown.
Man, I don't even remember it. I did notice a lot of really pretty underwear in this movie, though. Whenever a girl's naked, she's got a cute little thong on. Commentary on the thongs? We all want to hear it. I almost was wishing for him to say something more to his girlfriend in this scene, because he just sort of says like, "Oh, I've got to go. Like, I think I messed something up. Blah blah blah."
Yeah, because like the last thing that's said is like Mia Hawke to Owen is she says, "Did I mess something up?" Which is an insane thing to be like. me wanting to sleep with someone else is messed up, and I'm like,
But he says, no, I think I did, and he's thinking about Allie or whatever.
Yeah.
He's distracted. He wants to get out of there.
and then immediately like
But they needed to have a conversation. And it could have been in a number of ways. Like, it could have been something respectful. I'm just thinking about somebody else right now. Or it could be like him sort of flaming her, like, no, you did ruin this, blah, 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 it's over. And I kind of could have accepted either of those realities. But by the end, when the main characters are ending up together, I am like, I think he's like still technically in a relationship. Like, he lives with somebody else. And like, I'm okay with the way that he's switching lanes right now. But like, I don't feel like it was properly communicated that their relationship was over and not that he just needed to leave.
like 100%.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I should go. Oh, that's my cue to go. I have to go. I should go.
Because then also the other thing is too, he's like looking out the window and it's like almost dawn, which means she spent the majority of the night with the neighbor.
Yeah, so who knows what actually happened? Like, maybe he didn't like her. But he does run off to try to find Allie, and they don't have each other's contact information. So he just shows up at her apartment, which he knows where it is because when they ran into each other, she was walking out of it initially at the very beginning of the movie. And he rings every doorbell on the complex, buzzes every buzzer.
Yeah, because then that's where we realize that he doesn't know her last name.
Mm-hmm. And he just starts yelling, Allie, Allie.
And a couple comes out and is just like, bro, it's 6 a.m.
And he's like, but do you know a girl with a lighthouse tattoo? Blah, 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 blah,
And her
blah.
legs don't make sense.
We sort of lose touch of where he ends up going after that, but we'll find out. Because then we see Allie going home after finishing the pizza, at which point she talks to her roommate who she was with at the beginning of the movie, and she's like, I did meet someone, but we were like, didn't do anything, it didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. Then her roommate name drops her. She says, blah, 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 Allie, and the kid, the comedic gold kid. Did we even talk about him at the beginning of the movie? I think we totally missed her talking to her roommate at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. He's like a kid who lives across the street, I guess, and he's being babysit by the roommate. He's the funniest one. He makes like the best jokes and like the best one-liners. He basically realizes, it's like, oh, your name's Allie? And it's like, there was a guy here shouting like, your legs don't make sense and I made a mistake or something like that. And he's like, and I thought to myself, sack up.
And that's what all of his lines are like. But the little kid also divulges that the guy was yelling something about lighthouses, which sort of tips Allie off to the idea that if he were going to find her anywhere, it might be at the lighthouse that she had told him about. That was from a children's book, but that actually exists in real life. There's also been this recurring concept of an Empire State Building moment, which is like the end of a romantic story when you're at the top of the Empire State Building. And you've seen it in things like Sleepless in Seattle. Have you watched that? They go there. She says something ambiguous like, I know where I'd go, not the Empire State Building. And the whole time I'm like, it's the lighthouse. So she goes to the lighthouse hoping he'll be there. She goes all the way up. She doesn't see him.
City bike ad.
And there was a city bike ad. She like scans her whole thing.
Whole process of just getting a city bike.
Yeah. She comes down from the lighthouse having not seen him, and he appears behind a bush carrying 2 coffees. Another thing that was referenced earlier was
Dunkin' Donut.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts coffees. This was the part in the trailer that I knew was the end because it was clearly all a one-night thing, and that was clearly like the next morning. Another thing that had been mentioned earlier in the movie was that you should know somebody's coffee order or their pizza toppings if you're like really connecting. So he knows that hers is black coffee, 3 sugar cubes, and that's what he gets her. And they almost do it in the lighthouse, but decide that they shouldn't let this law dictate their own pace. So then you flash forward a year where they are still together and they are finally able to do it, which I thought was still actually kind of using the law to dictate when they did it.
Yeah. No, very much like, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like a year later and like they officially are moved in together, what we can assume.
But I wonder like how moving out with his girlfriend worked. And also that was the other concern I had at the end of the movie, besides like the ambiguous ending of his last relationship. Realistically, hopping out of like a serious relationship where you were going to propose and then immediately being serious with somebody else, like I'm not actually sure about that. But, you know, stranger things have happened. That's life.
Did you say that because Maya Hawk was the girlfriend?
No, I didn't say stranger things have happened because of that, but
So this is all tied. This was part of Conformity Gate. They've only been really apart for like officially like one night. So I don't know. Yeah, like that's like I didn't even think about that.
that was one of the main things I was thinking about in the end. So there are like little things in this movie where I'm like, I wish that scene was different or we addressed that more, but I just think I overall had a good time. And it was funny.
I know, yeah, it was a fun movie.
What is fun is to be such an early review because it was technically an early screening.
What if we're like on like the bad side of it?
I've been wondering that because we really just had to form our own opinion here. What if like everyone hates it? I imagine there'll actually be a lot of discussion about like the universe of it and people saying the universe of it is stupid.
Yeah.
I just don't mind. So see it if you would like to, and if you would rather just know what happened through our summary, then that works too. Anything you'd like to say before we go?
Have a good night. If you're watching this at home,